Give you honest, Emily. Today's video is going to be my June book haul. I've been accumulating books. I don't think I even did a book haul last month, so I've accumulated a good amount of books, but I feel like I've been pretty reasonable with my purchases lately. Some of these I have read. I tried to film this video once, and beginning of the month, I got so sick, hence me not posting any videos. I just sounded so sick and looked so sick. I still feel like my throat is trying to kill me, so bear with me, but I really wanted to share the books that I've been purchasing with you. I'm excited, let's do this. The first one I actually mentioned in a past video that I was able to find it at a library sale, and I was incredibly excited because I've been dying to read The Way of Kings by Sanderson, which is the first book in the Stormlight Archive series. There are going to be 10 books, which is kind of why I have not started this. The first 3 are out, and yes, I found the first one. It's one of those really floppy paperback editions that make me very, very happy. So yes, I just couldn't wait to have this. Sanderson is one of my favorite authors. If you want to read fantasy, you can't go wrong with him. Personally, I know a lot of people recommend starting with the Mistborn trilogy by him. I personally recommend starting with Warbreaker, which is just a standalone. It's much easier that way. Plus, it's free. You can get it on PDF on his website. So I personally recommend starting with Warbreaker. But I'm very excited to eventually start this series. I have been wanting to just accumulate the books and eventually binge read them. Technically, he said that it was going to be like 2 5-book series. But I hate waiting for books, so I will probably wait until the 5th one is announced to start reading them, and I say that, and I probably will not wait. So I have the first one now. And even if I don't plan on reading it yet, I'm just happy to have it on my shelves. Like, I look at it and I know I'm gonna have a lot of fun whenever I finally read that 1,000 pages book. Let me go with the books that I got from BookOutlet. If you don't know, I am a BookOutlet vlogger friend. I will link my page down below. You can see all the books that I hoarded from there. And this month I got some really, really great books that I've been dying to read, so definitely very excited to share these with you. The first one is Heart-Shaped Box by Joe Hill. He is one of the sons of Stephen King, and I've actually a shelf dedicated to Stephen King and his son, so this one will be accumulated in there if there's still space, because there's no space. But I have this one and Horns by him that I've been really, really wanting to read, and I'm trying to accumulate some books like thriller, mystery, horror for the fall, and this one, when I saw it, I just needed to get it. I don't know much about it, but I prefer to go into those books not knowing anything. So the next one has been recommended to me by a friend that loves sci-fi, which I feel like I don't know a lot of people that actually read sci-fi in person. Like, a lot of people just read like self-help and like chick lits and a bit of nonfiction, but like, I have no one to talk to about sci-fi, so this is why I have this on the internet. But that one friend told me that this book was absolutely amazing. She didn't want to tell me anything about it, so I'm excited. I saw it on BookOutlet. I freaked out a little bit because I didn't know anyone knew about this book, and it is Blindsight by Pierre Watts. It has been a finalist for the Hugo Award, and I believe this is a first contact with alien sci-fi. But apparently she told me this would blow my mind, and I've been dying to read it ever since. Obviously I saw it on BookOutlet. And I will be reading this for sure this year, but like probably very soon, because I'm really excited to be able to actually talk about it with someone. So I am hoping it's gonna live up to my expectations. The next book I got because of Sam from Thoughts on Tomes. So this one is her fault, and I hope I like it nearly as much as her, because she's been raving about it quite a bit. It is actually, let me show it. It is The Tiger's Daughter by Kate Arsenault Rivera. It is a epic sci-fi, nope. It is an epic fantasy book with 2 female characters in love, which I've been saying how there's not enough women likes women book. I feel like it's always men loves men, which there's nothing wrong with it, but I feel like we need more representation. And actually I just read Leah on the Offbeat by Becky Abertelli, which was great. So if you're looking for a fun, cute contemporary read for the summer, definitely recommend that one. But I'm very happy this was available on BookOutlet, and I can't wait to read this, and I'm really, really hoping I will love it as much as Sam. We usually tend to have pretty similar tastes, so I'm hopeful here. The next one I got because, like I said, I've been wanting to hoard some more mystery, murder, thriller, horror books, and I saw this one, which is All the Missing Girls by Megan Miranda, and this came out in 2016, so it's fairly recent, but everyone was talking about it because technically this thriller is told backward. Like, I don't remember if it's a girl missing or something, but like everything is told just backward, which I thought was really interesting, and I'm hoping it's going to be as good as I'm imagining this being. But yes, when I saw it on there, I definitely wanted to get it. Plus, I really love the cover. I don't know why, it's just really catching my name. Although, my name? My attention. Although, I feel like a lot of thrillers nowadays have like that type of cover. I feel like it just exploded and they're everywhere. But definitely we'll be reading this fall. And last but not least, I laughed out loud whenever I was on BookOutlet because I saw they had this book, which I just mentioned that I got the first book in this series, and this one is the third book. And obviously on BookOutlet, it's definitely cheaper than buying the book at the store. I believe it's like $45 or something at the store, which is really expensive. This was way, way cheaper, and this edition also has pictures inside. It is the hardcover, which I personally, like I said, I prefer the floppy editions, but when you can get it for like a third of the price, you don't complain. I will be able to eventually, once I get the second book, get excited to read the whole series. But what were the chances that I will get both books in the same month? I have a few more physical books, and then I have a few that I bought for my Kindle, aka my phone, because I don't have a Kindle. The first one is How to Stop Time by Matt Haig. I really love The Humans by him, which you're going to see this in an upcoming video. I believe it's coming up right after. But this book is going to be becoming a movie, so obviously I always want to read the book before watching the movie. In this book, you're following someone that actually has been alive for like centuries, and I really love that premise of someone either reliving their lives or just living a really long time. So I'm hoping it's gonna live up to my own hype. I feel like the reviews so far have been all over the place, but I feel like sometimes when a book becomes a movie, people that wouldn't necessarily be interested in that type of premise tend to read it, and I feel like the rating's kind of lower. Do you agree? I don't know if it's just me, but I'm still hopeful I'm gonna love it. Plus, look at that spine. I love good spines. So, grab that one. I also found two adorable used copy of Disney Penguin Little Black Classics, and I think they're really, really adorable, and I've been trying to read more classics / been interested in reading more because I read way too many in university. I do have a minor in French literature, so when people say that I don't read classic, I'm like, it's because I've read too many and I kind of got like a little sick of it, but I'm starting to be more and more into it. I just finished Emma by Jane Austen and loved it, and the whole time I was like, why am I not reading more of them? So it's going to be happening. The first one is actually by Jane Austen, and it is Lady Susan. Don't know anything about it, so. And then the next one is Death of Ivan Lynch by Leo Tolstoy, which I've been wanting to read his books, but they're all so freaking huge and intimidating. So I thought, you know what, this is tiny. Both of them are like 100-something pages, I believe. Yeah, so kind of possibly a good way to start reading more classics. The next one is The Terror by Dan Simmons. I started reading Hyperion, and I still need to finish it. I tried the first chapter in a try-chapter book tag, and it was great, but the writing is quite difficult for me since English is not my first language, so I felt like it was kind of slow, and I was a little bit in a slump whenever I did that tag, so I decided to put it down and wait for later. But it is in my top 18 books that I want to read in 2018, so maybe I will woman up and read it. This has been made in a TV show, so obviously want to read the book before I watch a TV show, but this is a kind of a historical fiction book / horror, and it's men on board of the Franklin edition in like the Arctic. They're in a boat, and I believe people die. Stuff happens. We'll hopefully read this. This is much bigger than I thought it was. Like, it's almost 1,000 pages, so a little intimidated, but I need to read it so I can watch a TV show. Have you watched a TV show? Is it good? Is it worth it? The next book I actually did read, and it is All Systems Red by Marta Wells. This is the Murderbot Diaries series. This is the first book. I believe there are 3-4 books. The second one is already out, which I need to read ASAP because this was so good. I don't want to go too much in detail since I will be talking about it in my wrap-up at the end of the month, but you're following, the main character is like half human, half robot, and she is very, very sarcastic / how would you say that? She's not really negative, but she doesn't like to spend time with humans, which is really funny. And yeah, the humor, obviously, as always, you're either going to be really into it or not at all into it, but I really loved it, and I can't wait to read more. So, the last physical book that I got is Night Fox Gambit by Yoon A. Lee. And to be completely frank, I don't know anything about this except that it is a sci-fi, but it has been nominated for a Hugo and Nebula Award, and I've been trying to read more of those books because I feel like sci-fi is not known nor mentioned that much everywhere. I feel like people might prefer fantasy or contemporary a lot more over sci-fi, so I wanted to get some recommendations there, and I saw it there, and I'm hoping I'm gonna like it. I really love that cover. I'm not sure I understand what the hell is going on it, but it really attracts the eye. So the rest are books on my phone. The first one I did read, and it is Legion by Brandon Sanderson. He wrote a few novellas, and I've been trying to go through all of his books, so I thought, you know what, sometimes in between bigger books it's nice to have a quick read, and I read that one, and it was a really interesting concept where you're following a guy that has, like, I don't really want to say imaginary friends, but that's the best way of describing it in my opinion. But he's, I believe, schizophrenic, and he has, like, not really multiple personalities, but he sees other people like that, and they have, like, knowledge and personalities that are different from him, so whenever he's trying to solve something, he can get help from them. And yes, super interesting. But the first book, I believe there's like 88 pages, and super interesting, but way too short. But I also got the second one, which is Legion Skin Deep. I believe that one is like 140 pages or something. It's a bit bigger. I'm assuming I'm still gonna feel it's a bit short, but I'm hoping there's gonna be more information about the whole thing in there, probably. And yes, it's Brandon Sanderson, so even if a book is not the best, it's still really good. I also got Perfect State by Brandon Sanderson. No idea what it's about, so we shall see. I got The Puppy War by, I can't see on this screen, it's so small, and there's like a thingy on front of them. R.F. Kwan? I need to learn how to pronounce that before I read it. This is a debut author. This is a fantasy book, I believe adult fantasy, and it has been raved so much, like so much. Everyone that has read it have been like loving it, and I've been dying to read a really great fantasy, which is probably why I've been reading so much sci-fi, because I kind of got sick of bad fantasy. So I'm hoping to read this probably next weekend. I'm gonna do like a 24-hour readathon with myself, so if you want to participate, you can read next weekend as much as you want. You can even read the same book as me. Yeah, the reviews are amazing, and I cannot wait to read it. I also got In the Woods by Tena French, which is the first book in the Dublin Squad? Dubliners? I don't remember the name of the series, but it is a series about like thrillers, like you're following a police officer solving murders and stuff, I believe. And my library doesn't have the first book. I don't know why, but they have like, you know, like third, fourth, fifth book, but they don't have the first one, so I decided to get it on my Kindle because why? So that's it, guys. Those are all the books that I have been buying. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comment section if you have read any of these books and which one should I put high on my TBR, which one I really need to read because they were awesome. Don't forget to also let me know in the comment section what is the latest book or the latest books you have been purchasing, anything exciting. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and to subscribe if it's not already done. I will be putting on the screen the videos that I've done that I recommend you check out, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.